Welcome, family. Come on in. Yes, let's get on in here, family. May 7th, 2024, Tuesday's teaching, family. Let's get on here and get some of this Tuesday's teaching in, family. Yes. Let's get some of this prescribed education and medication and truth and facts, critical thinking and analysis, reality, logic, and last but not least, humanity. You got to get out your feelings. But even if you decide not to get out your feelings, humanity, Pro Black Everything PBE DeAndre Devon Manley is still gonna hit you with these motherfucking left and right arm bars, these rear naked chokes, these lefts and rights of jabs, and these motherfucking uppercuts and haymakers of truth and facts, regardless. Over here, you're dealing with a lifetime student and a lifetime goddamn teacher, and I don't play them motherfucking games out here. I got a PhD in common sense. My brain is bigger than any motherfucking degree by any university. Any slave university in America, whether you call it an HBCU or not, my brain, I got more intelligence than any degree, any race of people, any other humans can give me. I'm the mother and father of humanity, nigga. My race is. So that's just what that is. But black man, black woman, black child on this planet we call Earth, um, we definitely got to get out of our feelings because we've been delegated and relegated, mass murder, raped, and tortured down to the bottom of the human totem pole. Yes, I understand that we're the mothers and fathers, and we're the gods and goddesses, and we're the grandmothers and grandfathers and great grandmothers and great grandfathers of humanity. I do understand and know that. But we've been delegated and relegated, mass murder, rape, and torture down to the bottom of the human totem pole by the people that we birthed and created. Specifically and primarily, two races of people under slave trades that they had of us, and under religions that they were using when they were doing these slave trades. The newest being the European and his mama. The transatlantic slave trade that they done under Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism. If you knew religion and you knew your motherfucking history, the European and his mama did the transatlantic slave trade under Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, where they mass murdered, raped, and tortured and gutted African men, women, and children for hundreds and hundreds of years. Our mind, bodies, and souls in our land that they were raping, mass murdering, and torturing too. Simultaneously to make them the most wealthiest, powerful nation and race of people on the planet you call today Europeans. The reason that they're the most wealthiest, powerful nation on this planet, this European, this global white supremacy European, is because of the transatlantic slave trade. The sole reason why they're number one on the top of the human totem pole today. They mass murder, raped, and tortured their way up to the top. They passed the motherfucking ammunition and praised their motherfucking Lord Jesus Christ and they Yeshua and Jehovah, whatever motherfucking name you want to call it. They done that and mass murdered their way up to the top of the human totem pole, family. And that's what most black people still follow. The mass murder, raping, and torturing race, the European and his mama, and their belief systems that they mass murder, raped, and tortured us under. Them the religions and the people that the black race still follow. The people that's done the worst to us. The people that has lied to us and killed us and mass murder, raped, and tortured us the most. Them the most them the ones that we want to be like the most and feel like we are nothing without their trinkets. Whether it's cars and jewelry or their motherfucking slave university cave dominance degree, their white supremacy degrees that you got in their way of thinking, in their education. Every motherfucking university you think of in America, niggas owned and controlled by this motherfucking European and his mama. So you're getting a degree in their motherfucking way of thinking. So it's white supremacy, systemic racism, and white domination globally. That's what motherfucking degree you niggas have with your masters and bachelors in these degrees in the European way of thinking and European education way. Black man, black woman, black child, we have to stop this. We have to be past due, tired. Black man, black woman, black child. So I'm gonna digress for right now on that little specific thing, but welcome to everybody that's coming in and listening. Like I said, I'm a lifetime student and I'm a lifetime teacher over here on Pro Black Everything PPE. What you got to understand is I deal with truth and facts and critical thinking and analysis and reality, and definitely get out your feelings. I deal in that because the black man and the black woman, the black child has to start dealing with reality and truth and facts. If not, we will stay at the bottom. And there's so many races of people with primarily the white man and his mama will love that us staying at the bottom, mentally, physically, and spiritually. They will love that. But we got to get out of that. So that's why I speak the way I do, and that's why I act and I talk the way I talk and I walk the way I walk. I know I'm the mother and father of humanity. My race is. If anybody asks what the black race has contributed to humanity, and you don't want to name all the stuff that we invented, computers and all of this stuff, you just say breathing. Because what no other humans breathing before African or Cabulan black people were breathing, and you walk the fuck off from them. Nothing's more bigger than breathing. That's what we contributed to humanity on this planet we call Earth, nigga. Breathing. Amongst all the other shit, writing, reading, arithmetic, everything else you want to name, astrology, science, archaeology, whatever you want to name, that's what everything else we created. But the number one thing is breathing, because without breathing, you're not existing. So that's what we contributed to humanity. I ain't going into the other stuff right now. But it's AKA and hashtag over here, religion killer. Black man, black woman, black child, and humanity, listen up. Every single time you done heard about any god of any kind, any demon or devil, Lucifer or Satan of any kind, any religion of any kind, any spiritual system of any kind, I don't care how old or how new it is, a human being told you about that said demon, devil, Lucifer, Satan, God, Yeshua, Muhammad, Allah. A human told you about that said God and religion and belief system in one way, shape, or form. Just like they told you about Santa Claus, and they told you about Harry Potter stories and Star Trek and Black Panther and Spider-Man and Superman and Thor. These are human thoughts and human creations. Gods, demons, and devils and Satans and Santa Clauses and Black Panthers and Spider-Mans are a human creation. It's a human concept. No God has never told you about no humans. No God has never told you about any belief system or spiritual systems. No God has never told you about any other gods, demon, devil, Lucifers, or Satans. No God has never told you that. Humans told you that. Humans told you about gods. Gods didn't tell you about no motherfucking humans, humanity, and black man, black woman, black child. It's grown people's Santa Claus, these religions and belief systems. Because if you did any 5 W's on the histories of religions and any CARFAX check on the histories of religion and spiritual systems, you would understand that in the central part of Africa, El Cabulan, black African people were just being one with nature. All living, breathing things, all these other billions of species on this planet that share this planet with us, the human species, our black African or Cabulan ancestors was trying to just be one with all living, breathing things and things that sustain life for them, like the sun, the moon, the stars, water. That's spiritual systems and religion and all this other shit you want to name at its purest form. Later came these gods and goons and goblins and motherfuckers riding on carpets and motherfuckers riding on horses back and forth to these heavens and motherfuckers opening up oceans and letting motherfuckers walk through. That came later with humans' minds. That ain't how spirituality / religion / whatever you want to call it started in its purest form. As the first humans doing it and practicing it. It was about being one with nature, all living things, natural nature. Natural nature. And you got all the shit you got now with Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, and Hinduism, and all this other shit that you want to name. It's all human created. But it's crazy that a motherfucker that the black race, the El Cabulan race on this globe, would rather follow the 2 religions, Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, and Islam, that had slave trades on them. And if you read your goddamn holy scriptures, black Christian, black Catholic, black Jew, and black Muslim, you would understand that this God was helping in the massacre of humans and black slaves in their literature. But these, the religions and belief systems that these black people globally still follow, the same religions by the same race of people who massacred us and had slave trades for 2,000 years of us. Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, and Islam. When you add them all together, 2,000 years of mass murder, rape, torture, and gutting of our mind, body, and soul. No God came down, black race, and stopped none of this mass gutting and torture of hundreds of millions of African men, women, children, and babies getting gutted by this white man, his mama, and his Arab man, his mama under their slave trades while they were praising to a motherfucking God, family. No God came down and said, wait, hold on. We got to stop this. This mass rape and torture and murder is going on too fucking long. Black race. Let's stop these motherfucking gangs, family. You will follow them that has slave trades on your behalf, but you won't dare, if you're doing the beliefs childish thing anyway, you won't follow just a pure spiritual system that's talking about being one with nature, that don't have none, don't have no, zero, nada slave trades attached to them. None of these African spiritual systems, and there's thousands of them throughout the continent of Africa, none of them have a slave trade where you can massacre motherfuckers and enslave motherfuckers and rape motherfuckers. None of these African spiritual systems have that attached to them. And you say, fuck them, but you follow the belief systems that had slave trades of you, nonetheless, attached to them. Them the ones you still follow. And DeAndre Navarre Manley is dumb and stupid and uneducated. I'll take them words of dumb and stupid, educated, for not wanting to follow the belief systems, the religions that massacred my race of people for hundreds and hundreds of years. No, not me, brother, sister, mother, father. Sorry. That's your ignorance, your dumbness, not me. No, I'm tired of being, and stop tired of being a treason for my race a long time ago. You niggas is treason, and you will be held a motherfucking accountable by the ancestors, nigga. I promise you, you treason ass niggas will be held accountable for the treason shit you have done, black race. I promise you that. But it's AKA and hashtag political killer over here as well. Black man, black woman, black child, specifically and primarily in America, 3Ks will get it fucked up. After the European, his mama, the devil, the planet killers, after they finished off the Native Americans, almost, and put them on little reservations that we call, and we know as prison camps, because the European and his mama, the devil, still run the overall land of that. They got the final say so. So after they done that to the Native Americans and almost annihilated them off the planet, they brought my particular ancestors over here to America. 3Ks don't get it fucked up, and mass murder, raped, and tortured and gutted us. For hundreds of years of slavery. And then when it was so-called free, they started another slavery, which is called Jim Crow, which is called redlining, which is called separate but equal, which was called school to prison pipeline, which is called the war on the black race, which they named the war on the drugs. There's a war on the black race. And all the other names you want to give it up to May 7th, 2024, that's still slavery. The same race of people, the white man, his mom, and his motherfucking white child, still manage, own, and control everything in America. Black race, that's just a motherfucking fact. They have all the championship trophies. They got all the rings. They got all the Grammys. They got all the Oscars and any other award you want to name on motherfucking supremacy, white supremacy in America and globally, family. They got all the trophies and all the awards of global white supremacy, specifically, primarily in America, nigga. They got all the trophies, all the everything. They run and control it all. They have never relinquished that title. Nobody has never dethroned them of being the motherfuckers who manage, own, and control their country that they mass murder and rape and torture their way up to the top to be the number ones in America. They have not lost that title. This white man and his mama, they know that. You can think all you want to think that you coming up. They know where you at. They know that if you stay in them same systems, them belief systems and political systems that they created and enslaved you in and under, they know if you stay in them systems, they know exactly where you're going to be. They already know the end to that movie. That's why everybody that you see our grace that was thinking outside that box, they had to get rid of. But everybody that stay inside that religious God and Democrat, Republican, right wing, left wing, all this their way of thinking, their creation, as long as you stay in that, you're going to always fail. They know that. Yeah, that's military science 101, family. That's why it's political killer. They still run and control it and run everything. I don't care if you call it right wing, left wing, democracy, plutocracy. I don't care what name we give it. And the white man, his mama, don't give a fuck what name you give it. They'll say, oh, we control it and run it. What you want to call it, niggas? What you want to call it? A black American nation? What you want to call it? What you want to call it? Right wing nation? What you want to call America? We still run it, own it, and control everything around it, in it, and under it, and many other places. But what you want to call America specifically? We let you get, you niggas, you so-called educated niggas with all these degrees that we gave you under our slave universities in America that's run by us, all universities, HBCUs included. We gave you them degrees in our way of thinking. So what you want to call it, so-called smart nigga? That's what the white man is saying. What name you want to call America? Go ahead, man. It's cool long as we control it and run it. Everything. You call it whatever you want. Black man, black woman, black child. I don't need no degree from no slave university. I don't need a degree from the people who mass murder, raped, and tortured my race of people for hundreds of years, mentally and physically and spiritually. I don't need their degree and their way of thinking, family. I don't. That's their education. You're getting a European education, family. That's what you're getting. You've been indoctrinated in their way of thinking and everything. You think the white motherfucking way of thinking in America, if you're a black Christian, Catholic, or black Jew, this is the way you think as a black man, woman, or child under them faiths in America. You think like them in economics, in education, in entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and counter, where you think like the white man and his mama, your motherfucking slave master, your conqueror, your colonizer, nigga. That's the way you think, family. That's just what it is. That's what Mr. Neely and all our greats been saying. That's what Thomas Sankara said. That's what Dr. King said eventually. That's what Malcolm X and Khalid Muhammad and Dr. Francis Cress Wilson and Dr. Carter G. Woodson and Arthur Schomburg and Kwame Nkrumah and Patrice Lumumba and Ashada Shakur and Marcus Garvey and the Black Panther Party and Medgar Evers and Khalid Muhammad and Chancellor Williams and J.A. Rogers and John G. Jackson and Dr. Layla Africa and Dr. Sabi. Same thing. They told us. They've been telling us. We don't listen though, family. We don't want to listen. We don't care. We don't care what our greats say. We just want to celebrate them on the holidays that the white men allow us to have a day off and barbecue and sing and dance, nigga. That's what we do. I digress. Let's go in here and get it started, family. You might be super scared now, my new listeners, but like I said, if you come in here and you listen and you go do your 5 W's and CARFAX check on everything I tell you and everything you around, you will understand and you will come back. But if just stay in here and listen, let me know you at least got an open mind to think. I start thinking outside the box, fam. And it's past due time for us, black race, black nation, Alcabulan race, Alcabulan nation, globally, as one. Um, I had a young brother, as you see on the screen by now. We was going back and forth of just dialect and having conversations, and he started um, with a couple questions he wanted to ask, and nothing bad or anything. So we were just having a dialogue, and I'm going to read it. And this is for people that ask me why I do what I do. And I got a little story after I get through reading this about why I do what I do as well. So we're gonna read a little bit of this because my ancestors died to read and get free and get the hundreds of trillions of dollars that they owe about this European and his mama and this Arab man and his mama. So let's get it in. It says, so when it comes to studying, mostly reading, this young brother, do you have any method that you use? Question mark. Or should we just reread books to increase our understanding of the book with each read? Question. I ask this because it's important for our people to learn how to learn. Yes. Just want to hear your thoughts on that, bro. I'm always trying to find better ways to learn, to be able to not only retain, but understand and apply the knowledge. Yes, brother. Yes. Wait till you hear how young this brother is, though. I said, respect and love. Excellent question. Reading, listening to lectures, audiobooks on history, economics, labor law, education, politics, religion, sex, war helps you better understand everything around you and that you are a part of. It's about the 5 W's, when, where, who, what, and why. The CARFAX check, taking down notes on these 5 W's and CARFAX check, and passing down and teaching this knowledge to your babies and their babies and so on and so forth. It's no different than how you've been taught and indoctrinated in school and churches. For Black, African, Alcabulan people of the world, knowledge and understanding has to be fun and exciting. I told him, like sports, like watching the shows that y'all love, like going to the club, like making love, like going to the gym, like on all y'all social media sites. That's how goddamn knowledge and understanding has to be to the black race. It has to be fun, just like all the other stuff you think is fun. I said, if not, our race will stay at the bottom in all areas of activity. I said, I hope this answers your question. Let me know. This is what I'm here for. Pro-black everything. He said, nah, thank you, bro. Then he came back. He said, it has to be a way. I said to him too. I'm sorry. I sent him back this. I said, it has to be a way of life and our culture as a black race to be educated and medicated about our history and what other races of people done to us and what is owed to us and our African babies. I said, I know warfare and military science. I said, I was in the military for over 20 years, went to Iraq and Afghanistan to help mass murder, rape, and torture humans for oil and opium, tangible and capital. In Iraq and Afghanistan, people didn't owe America anything, and we committed acts of genocide on them. 2.4 million in Iraq we murdered when we was over there in the Iraq war that I was a part of. I said, I see what European nations do to nations that don't owe them shit. Always love. We go, the European and his mama go massacre nations. You know what I'm saying? Then he was asking me, you know, and I went back in on the CARFAX check and all of that. But that's just a dialogue we had. That's why I do this. Oh, no, that's what I wanted to show you. Yeah, this last one right here. He said, you're right, man. It's messed up. The game is rigged. I'm just glad that I learned this much at only 18. Not perfect myself, but at least do my best to spread this knowledge to those in my school too. It's hard when your people don't want to listen. I just move on. But luckily in my school where I'm at in the cafeteria, there are those who want to learn and are actually interested. See this young brother, 18-year-old brother. Nothing but respect. This is why I do this. For this young God, this young king right here. This is why I do this. When motherfuckers ask me. This is why I do it. Because these young gods right here, these young kings and queens and gods and goddesses, these black gods and goddesses and kings and queens need us, black men and women, to get out of these bullshit religions and start willing to fight and die for what the fuck we owed and what our babies is owed. This young brother, what the fuck he is owed by this motherfucker white man and his mama for the transatlantic slave trade, for the trillions of dollars that they fucking owe us. We owe this young black brother this young black king and black God this. We owe these black kings and queens that's coming up this. We owe them as black men, older men and women to be willing to fight and die for the shit that we fucking owe. That's how you make history. That's how you go down in fucking history. Not begging and pleading and turning no other motherfucking cheek, nigga. No begging, turning the other cheek. It's gonna go down in history as nothing but cowards, nigga. The real greats is the motherfuckers that's willing to fight and die. Like the Haitian Revolution, nigga. That's why when whites talk about their wars of when they said taxation without no representation and pass the ammunition and praise the Lord and all that shit, liberty or death. They praise themselves. That go down in history for heroic they so-called to be. But not us. We don't want to do that. Black race, man. Let's stop playing these motherfucking games. This is why I do it, young brother. This is why I do it. Yeah, brother, I'm just that, you know, this ain't about no money for me. This ain't about no fame. I don't want none of that from you, brother. What you just said in these questions that you asked me, what you said, it's $1 trillion to me, black brother. I just want you to understand and know that. I hope you watch this and reply back to this. That's why I do this, young brother. It ain't about no money for me. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than my kids. It's bigger than my family. It's bigger than my wife. It's bigger than that. When you find something really and truly that's bigger than just yourself and your little small bubble around you, then you will understand that this is bigger than me. This ain't about me and what I do and don't know and how many European cave degrees I got or don't got. This ain't about that. This is about the African Alcabulan race globally. The 2-point-something billion of us that's around this planet, family. That's what it's about for me. It's about my motherfucking race 500 years from now to 5 million years from now. I digress. Young brother, keep it up. I promise you, this ain't gonna be glorious. You're gonna lose family members and friends, young brother, by the boatloads. I'm a witness. Oh, young brother, when I was mass gutting and raping and torturing in Iraq and Afghanistan and getting Bronze Stars and MSMs and all these great awards and considered a good nigga citizen patriot. When I was mass gutting other humans in Iraq and Afghanistan, what I did when I went there in Iraq, when I went to the Iraq war and the Afghanistan war, I was considered a great. But when I start speaking this, young brother, this is what I'm telling you, better watch. Because when I start speaking this, that's when motherfuckers moved away from me and stopped fucking with me and say I'm the devil and I'm going to this man-made hell. When I was slaughtering Iraqis and Afghanis, babies and men, women, and children over in Iraq and Afghanistan, when I was at them wars, young brother, they gave me all the graces, put me on first-class seats, throwing money in my hand, paying for dinners for me and my wife and my family out, doing all this stuff when I was massacring motherfucking humans. But when I started speaking this truth and facts, young brother, Motherfuckers don't fuck with me no more. Blood family members and friends that I've been knowing for 10 plus years don't fuck with me no more. This is dangerous, brother. You have to be ready for this. This ain't no cool shit. This ain't gonna get you a whole lot of likes and subscriptions and motherfuckers cool with you. This is gonna get people to stop fucking with you, young brother. That's why I always warn black brothers and sisters that I've been teaching this to for over a decade and a half now. I tell them, look, this ain't glamorous over here, brother. This is going to get you called everything other than book, uneducated, dumb and stupid, and all of that, brother. I'm telling you, you better be ready. You better have thick skin and you better be ready. Young brother, that's what I'm telling you. It's only motherfuckers that on this side that's unapologetically vocabulary, unapologetically African, unapologetically black. You better have tough skin. You better be ready for all out war. But over on this side, you always got to know and be ready for war, young brother, in every way, mentally, physically, and spiritually, young brother. I'm telling you. I will help guide you along the smallest way I can, but I'll tell you to listen to our greats first that I say. That's how I learned and was taught. Besides my reality that I seen of 20 plus years in the military, in my life of 45 years, other than that, I got to go with the history of all the greats that I learned. So when I wasn't around and I wasn't in existence yet, in the form I am now. So I had to go back and listen to what they said, all of our greats. And I see, ain't nothing changed. Black race just more asleep. That's all. They feel like we at the top. We winning and we coming up. Because we got more pieces of paper by our slave masters called degrees. Ooh, I'm going to digress. But young brother, who? This story I'm going to say real quick before we get in here and finish this out. Someone asked me, why do I do what I do? What I was just explaining right here because of this young brother. And why I'm so passionate about it. And they said, is it really that big of a deal? That's what a black brother told me or asked me in a question/statement. I replied to him about, is it that big of a deal? And why I'm passionate, I said, well, the Europeans thought it was that big of a deal to do a transatlantic slave trade where they raped, mass murdered, tortured our mind, body, and soul in our land, El Cabulan African land, for hundreds and hundreds of years and still mostly own and control Africa. And the reason that they're the number one superpowers on the planet, like I continuously say, is off of the transatlantic slave trade of the black race. They thought it was a big deal to do that. And to force their religions, Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, and their European languages like English and German, all that on you. They thought it was a big deal to do that. It made them number one. So you tell me. That's why it's a big deal for me. Because I know what is owed to us. And I know who the fuck owe us. And I can't look away once I found out who the fuck owe us and what the fuck they continuously have done to us. Then and now. I couldn't look away. That's why I'm so passionate, because I'm in the know. This ain't a guess. This ain't, I think, or I'm feeling this. This is a fact. It's documented what they have done and still doing to the black Cabulan African race in America and globally. And I got to do this. I owe this, like I said, to humanity. I owe this to the black babies of ours, the black babies, and the black ancestors of ours who really fought and died and was murked off by this white man and his mom and their global system, dominant system. Our ancestors that was murked off, I owe this to them that was fighting and dying to teach and educate us. I owe this to them. So let's get in here and listen to our first theme song. Yeah.
The history informed.
It says, why Hitler is more famous than Leopold. I told y'all about King Leopold and the Belgians, that European nation who colonized the most wealthiest, mineral wealthiest, and the richest country on the planet is Congo. I told y'all about King Leopold, 10 to 30 million African Congolese. He mass murder, raped, and tortured, cut off hands and feet, men, women, and children, while he was exploiting and raping and colonizing the Congo, him and the Belgians. Let's listen up.
Are present. So I think because King Leopold was able to get away with killing 10 million back then, is the reason why 6 million people were able to be killed, you know, from the late 90s until the early 2000s. You know, the same reason that if you ask a school child, even in Kenya, if you used to go to one of these private schools in Kenya, you say, who's the most evil person on the planet that's ever lived? King Leopold wouldn't be mentioned.
Hitler in Africa.
They'd say Hitler, they'd probably say Stalin, they'd say all of the people that the West has said, they are bad people, don't get it twisted, I'm not trying to abdicate what they've done. But whoever the West has deemed as the most evil people, meanwhile, the people that have killed us, you know, General Gordon in the Sudan, Cecil Rhodes, King Leopold, the people that have killed us won't make the list.
The Oppenheimers, the De Beers, Black Man, Black Woman, Black Child. He just broke that down. The European caves, the devils that have massacred us by the hands, like the King Leopolds and the Oppenheimers and the De Beers and the Cecil Rhodes and the Ford Foundation, all these white men and white groups that mass murdered tens of millions of African people won't get put on no list as the world's worst. Just only when you killing whites, like white cave European Hitler did against other Europeans, white on white crime. So this is my segment that we get here before we do our last video that we're going to just basically just speak on quotes. We're going to do quotes on here. We're going to do did you know and statements, family. First statement of this, you got to know, is my political party and my religion is reparations. The hundreds of trillions of dollars that we're owed in tangible and capital by this European American 3Ks don't get it fucked up in this European globally. We've seen what happens when what happened when another race of people, the European Jews, got their reparations by America and by the global world. It made them the most wealthiest, powerful group of people on the planet, and we are owed 100 trillion times more than the European Jew. So if we get our reparations and it made them the most wealthiest, powerful, and we're owed 100 trillion times more to them, which is all a fact that we are owed 100 trillion times more than them, what do you think that will make us black educated niggas and niggettes with all your motherfucking degrees that don't want to fight and will die for hundreds of trillions of dollars in tangible and capital? Huh? Oh, okay. Okay, so that's my political party, and that's my religion. I think that we should have a pro-black everything political party, a by us, for us, and fuck everybody else, because the transatlantic slave trade was by them, for them, and fuck the African race. That was the transatlantic slave trade, by the white man and his mama, for them, and fuck the African race. That's what the transatlantic slave trade was. The Arabic Islamic slave trade was by the Arab, for the Arab and his mama, and fuck the black race. That's what these two slave trades, where they built their wealth and power was about. By them, for them, and fuck the African race. The mass murder, rape, and torture of hundreds of millions of us when you add both of these slave trades up together. Or when you do them separately, it's hundreds of millions, mass murder, rape, and torture. That's why it's a pro-black everything political party. Is by us, for us, and fuck everybody else. We're owed the most, and we're the only race of people that didn't get reparations. So it's by us, for us, and fuck everybody else. Pro-black everything political party. It's pro-black everything PBE religion. This pro-black everything PBE religion is about the mothers and fathers, the grandmothers and grandfathers, the gods and goddesses of humanity, the black Capulan African black race, just telling their story of at the beginning, the most beginningest point that we can note down of the black human race entering this planet and writing or doing anything, showing their existence, bones, anything, archaeology, anthropology wise, from then up until now, all the good and bad and all the things that the number one mothers and fathers have done throughout this planet, how other races came into being because of us, through us, all the things that we done for our science, math, astrology, everything that we've done and gave to humanity and to this globe and to this planet, that bad mother, shut your mouth, motherfucking earth. Nothing made up. We ain't got to talk about no fake shit like no motherfuckers flying on carpets and flying on horses and cracking moons open and cracking oceans open so motherfuckers can walk through. We don't have to do the fake mythological stuff with the black race, the Capulan African race. We can just give our history, our life history from the beginning till now and everything in between. That's for like everything PVE religion, just the real shit. We don't want to do that because we want to stay in the religions and belief systems that massacred us and slave trades. Okay, sad than a motherfucker, but okay. One thing I'll tell you, Black race, how you can start is when you start in some of your education and medication is how did the Europeans, how did the caves, how did the Caucasoids, how did they get to the top of the human totem pole and become wealthy and powerful and mighty that they are now at number one at the top, the white race. That's what you can start with. How did the caves get to the top? They didn't start off at the top. They're the newest race on the planet. Is the white Europeans. They're the newest of all the other races. They're the newest. They got the most degenerative genes. Yes, sorry, they're the newest. They're like the waste of humanity, of the black race. They're like the waste of our genes and stuff. It is. That's why when African people make albinos, they say, man, that's like, the bottom is. But you see that we can make all. We can make the whitest of the white, mean it's albino, and the blackest of the black, and everything in between. So that lets you know where we at on the human totem pole. We're at number one as far as the creators, but of humanity, but family. How did these Europeans get to the top, family? There's a reason why. There's a history. There's a 5 W's and CARFAX check on this white race that shows you how they got to the top. And when you do some check on that, you're like, damn, pro-black everything wasn't lying. They did massacre and mass murder, rape, and torture their way up to the top. That's why he calls them devils, because of what they did to the Native Americans and dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. What they did to the Native Americans and almost slaughter them after they stole their land. What they done to the Japanese with the atomic bombs, only ones ever dropped on humans, the European and his mama done. The atomic bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Europeans done that. The Europeans done the transatlantic slave trade where they massacred us for hundreds and hundreds of years under gods. The Europeans did that. The devils did that. That's all devil shit. I don't give a fuck how mad you get. That's devil shit. That's devil, Lucifer, demon, Satan. That's why they can describe this devil, Lucifer, Satan so well, this white man, his mama, in their books that they write. Because it's them. They're speaking of themselves. They massacred each other. And put each other's in the oven and starved each other to death, the white on white crime, the Holocaust. They massacred and mass murdered, raped, and tortured and ate each other in Europe before they was around any other race, when they were still in Europe. Like I tell y'all, they was massacring, cannibalizing, and mass killing and raping each other in Europe before they left out of Europe. So they've been like this since the beginning. Like I told y'all before, that race of people that was in Europe before the Ice Age ain't the same people that came out after the Ice Age. That ain't the same race of people that was there before the Ice Age, family. But if you knew any history, you would understand about the Ice Age and all of that. But you don't, you won't, you too educated to know that. You know what I'm saying? Dre ain't got no degrees. Dre ain't got no degrees from my white slave mama and daddy. So fuck him. That's how you can discredit me and any other black motherfucker that's talking the truth. Just be like, man, what? Google this nigga again. Maybe he got a degree, even if he paid for one by the white man, my mom and daddy. Even if he paid for one, I'll say he's accredited. This is what niggas look. You Google him, he still ain't got no degrees. Man, fuck what pro-black everything PBE says, nigga. Fuck all the facts and truth, no matter how much primary source he can show. He ain't got no degrees by my slave mother and father, the white man, his mama. My slave God and goddess is my white man and his mama. He ain't got none of their degrees and their way of thinking. He's not accredited by them in America or globally with none of their white slave way of thinking degrees, their slave dominant degrees. So we don't listen to nothing niggas like Dre say without no motherfucking accreditation from the white man and his mama. That's what the black man and his mama say. Hey, we can't accredit Dre. Pro-black everyday people. This nigga ain't got no degrees from my slave master mama and daddy. Man, stop playing, man. Dre, listen to him. Man, this nigga just got a high school diploma and been to the military for 20 years and managed hundreds of billions of dollars in assets while managing a whole family at home, while managing 40 to 50 to 60 to 100 soldiers, and managing hundreds of billions of dollars in military property assets, huh? For 17 plus years as a non-commissioned officer. I was a non-commissioned officer for 17 plus years. Man, we ain't listen to no nigga like that. That nigga ain't educated, man. That nigga ain't got it. No. Fuck what he did, all that managing of billions of dollars and assets and managing of soldiers and taking care of them like he got to be their daddy. If you know about being an NCO and having a family and taking care of that and being married 17 plus years. Nah, man, don't listen to that nigga, man. Man, even though all that stuff I just said, still ups and downs, but I done all of that. That family. But don't listen to him. That's what they tell you. That nigga ain't accredited. He ain't got no accreditation like that. That don't mean shit to them. If you ain't got no goddamn degree by this black man and this black woman and this black child and how the white man got them educated to look at other people. If you're not educated, the white man, his mama done taught the black race like, man, don't even look at the niggas that ain't educated. But I can tell you this, before I get on and show this video, our African Haitian brothers and sisters of the Haitian Revolution, the Haitian Revolt of 1804, 1805, didn't need no motherfucking degrees from their slave master, their conqueror, colonizer, or anybody to get free and to start mass murder, raping, and torturing the motherfuckers that was mass murder, raping, and torturing them. That's what the African Haitians of the Haitian Revolution knew. They didn't need no degree in that. They had a PhD in common sense. They had their motherfucking mind, pure intelligence. Our African brothers and sisters that just was getting out of slavery here in America, so-called getting out, but they wasn't out because the white man and his mama still controlled and managed everything. But them ancestors of ours just getting out was able to have multiple dozens and dozens of all black towns and communities where they educated their own, had all black education, all black hospitals. They took care of their own. They had all black farming and all black restaurants and all black. So they fed their own, all black tailor shops, all black taxis, all black banks. So these motherfuckers that didn't have no degrees, our motherfucking gods and goddesses, ancestors of ours, who had all black running towns, or their black dollars circulated amongst themselves in that community and then leave out. It was all stay within, and they kept getting bigger before they got crushed off by the white man, his mama, the devils, like normal. They didn't have no motherfucking degrees. Definitely from their slave master. They didn't have no degrees from no slave master universities in America, HBCUs or not. They didn't need it to understand. They knew they had to clothe their own, take care of their own, feed their own, and do everything else of their own. They knew that. And they just put their mind to work and did it. Black race, black man, black woman, black child. What I will tell you is people ask me, why should we learn and know our history and teach and educate our babies, and everybody else on it? That's a question that somebody asked me, and I'll respond to that right now. And this is how I'll put it. Listen up to what I'm saying. I said, because doing that, teaching and educating our babies and everybody around us, it's like giving them the future Powerball numbers in the lotto. That's what teaching and educating our babies right now does. It's literally giving them all the numbers to the Powerball, the mega millions. It's giving them the numbers to these Powerball and mega millions in the future, family. That's what teaching and educating our babies is doing now on Black Race. For anybody that got that question to me, that's your motherfucking answer. If you don't like that, find a bridge somewhere and skydive off that motherfucker, because you no benefit to the black babies and no benefit to the black race. But one thing y'all tell me is about these black faces in high places. I don't know no black faces in high places, because, and the reason I tell people I don't know no black faces in high places, like I said, I know military science. I've been in the military. I know military strategy. I know all of this. Been in all the little meetings, secrets and top secrets and not in my time in the military before going to war and stuff, to know military science and military strategy 101. But black faces in high places, we have none, black race. And I'm going to explain that a little bit real quick. I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't have no black faces with the mindset of King Leopold, if we ain't got no black faces in high places with the mindset of Hitler, if we ain't got no black faces in high places with the mindset of Kim Jong-il, if we don't have no black faces in high places with no mentality of the African Haitian Revolution of 1804, 1805, if we don't have no black faces in high places with a Malcolm X and a Khalid Muhammad type mentality in high places, then we don't have nothing black, Cabuline African race. If we ain't got them type of faces in high places. If we ain't got them mentalities of black faces in high places, and we don't, black people in America and black people globally, that's why we at the bottom still, because we don't have them type of black faces in high places, black man, black woman, black child. That's in America and globally, because black faces in high places, true leaders and true people and heroes and superheroes for you, black race, and for anybody that matter. If they're owed trillions of dollars by another race of people, and that race of people gives hundreds of billions of dollars every single year of taxpayers' dollars to other nations like Israel and all these other nations that America 3Ks give taxpayers, non-citizen countries, money to every single year. Been doing it for decade after decade, almost 100 years now. America 3K, this white man, his motherfucking mama, this white dominant, white global mass murdering way, raping and torturing their way up to the top. White man, his motherfucking mama can give hundreds of billions of dollars every single year of taxpayers' dollars to non-fucking citizens of other nations to build them and repair them and give them reparations. And they don't give you any. The black faces that you got in high places, it's amongst them while they're doing that. And they're not doing anything and not willing to fight and die to stop that. Then these are not your leaders, black man, black woman, black child. They have sold you down the river because they love the white man and his mama. That's their mama and daddy and their God and goddesses. I don't give a fuck what powerful black man or woman you think of, family. And you can tell me in America, in a high place. If they're not fighting for hundreds of trillions of dollars that you owe reparations, because when all these other nations, the European Jews, the Japanese, and the Native Americans was fighting for their reparations, they said nothing else was fucking bigger. Nothing else mattered. No God, no goddamn ancestors like to vote, no holidays or nothing. But not our black so-called, y'all so-called black faces in high places. Not them. They're telling you to still be on the same shit symbols. Praying and vote and turning the other cheek. Non-violence. You didn't get here about fucking non-violence. When they went on Africa and started massacring us and started transporting us out of here, that wasn't fucking non-violent. What they did to the Haitians and the Jamaicans and the Barbados and the Brazilian, African, all that wasn't, they didn't do that. That wasn't non-violence when they did this global slave trade. Jim Crow wasn't fucking non-violent. Separate but equal wasn't fucking non-violent. School to prison pipeline wasn't fucking non-violent. All these things that other races have done to us, the mass murder, rape, and torture, was non-violent. But they tell you, nigga, to be non-violent. Black man, black woman, black child. That's what you've been taught and educated by your so-called black faces in high places. I told you they bought and paid for. Treason is what they are. So I'll ask you, black race, because I know, I need a degree to get some more subscriptions and to get some more people to listen to me. So what I'm going to ask y'all, black vocabulary people in America and globally, that got these PhDs and master's degrees, which is in the European way of thinking and education and degrees and white supremacy and European domination. You so-called intelligent and so-called smart black race of people in America and globally. They got all these cave university degrees by these cave universities and these cave universities. I mean, these cave way of thinking. Sorry. All I got to ask y'all is, where is the degree that I can get so I can flash my degree? Which one of these universities I can get the degree to be willing to fight and die for the trillions of dollars I'm owed in tangible and capital and reparations? Where can I go get a degree to do that at? And take other black men and women and children to that university to get that degree, to be willing to fight and die for the hundreds of trillions of dollars that we owe. You don't know none. Okay, well, let me see if you got this other degree, because these are the only two degrees that I want. Where can I get the degree to destroy my enemy? The ones that mass murder, raped, and tortured me and built their wealth and power off of their slave trades under their gods on me. Where can I get the motherfucking degree at? And what university can I go to destroy that enemy and to get what I'm owed from them? There's no such degree. I already knew that. Why is there no degree for that? That's what I asked. Family, let's stop playing these games, man. And my last thing before I really go into this last video for real, I can tell you that when it comes to superpower nations, there's no black superpower nation in America or globally at all. To be a superpower nation, black race. First, I'm gonna name off some superpower nations: Iran, North Korea, Russia, European America, the number one, Israel. Who else would I would say? And maybe India. Them all superpower nations. They have nuclear weapons, majority of all of them. And another thing that they got to be a superpower nation, besides nuclear weapons, they got steppers. They got sliders. They got niggas that will run up on you in traffic. Niggas that will wet you up. Niggas that will lose everything. What they call it, crash out. That's what these superpower nations got that I just named. They're called military. They're military. Y'all call them Army, Navy, Army, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, Special Forces, Navy SEAL, all the other special units that all these other nations have. Y'all might call them by these names, but I call them by the BLK-AFRICAN African English version. They call steppers and sliders. They run up on motherfuckers in traffic and they ready to crash out for their race of people and for their fucking nation. By any means necessary military. That's part of having a superpower nation. Black race don't have that nowhere. So we're not at the superpower poker nation world table to discuss superpower. I mean, to discuss superpower things, to discuss world things, and how is the world is going to be broken down, this and that. When you're not at the table, you're just a onlooker. That's what the black race is. Because we have no steppers and we don't have no sliders, and we don't have no niggas that run up on you in traffic that'll wet you up and that will crash out military. The black nation don't have that nowhere. We could, but we so divided and conquered by the motherfuckers who mass murder, rape, and tortured us under their religions and under their slave trades. That's why we don't. That's why we don't have no true steppers and sliders called military. No true run up on you in traffic and wet you up and we'll lose it all. We'll crash out. Military, we have none of that because of the transatlantic slave trade and the Arabic slave trade. That's why the black race, the black nation, the Alcabilan race, Alcabilan nation is not considered a superpower. Nowhere. We're not at no table or nothingness. We're about praying and voting and celebrity beefs and rap beefs and all of the European cave-minded degrees we have and all the Gucci belts we have and all the retro J's and how many cars we have and how many dollar bills we have that we can flaunt and act like we got it all and show it off to other niggas. We can't show off to the race of people who run and control us and operate us, raid us, and give us everything. The white man and his mama in America. We can't show off to them, so we got to show off to the next best thing, and that's to ourselves. And kill each other, the self-degradation and the self-destruction that the white man and his mama taught us under Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism, and under their slave trade to mass murder, rape, and torture each other. Divide and conquer amongst each other. That's what we do, black race. We ain't talked about it, no superpower, nothing, family. We're nothingness on this planet, and we number almost over a little over 2 billion on this planet of African people on this planet, and we're considered nothingness because of the way we do and how we act and how we conduct business and how we medicate and educate ourselves. Let's go and listen to this last thing, man. I know y'all probably say, man, he done went on. So I'm just trying to, teach and educate the best way I can. If you don't like it, fucking subscribe immediately. Let's listen to what Mr. Neely Fuller say, who's 94. Like I always say, you can say DeAndre Devon Manley, who's only been around 45 years. He don't hardly know nothing. I know he was in war and all of that, but he don't really know nothing. Mr. Neely Fuller has been around for 94 years. This video in particular right here is called They Are Money. Listen to what he's saying. He's been around for 94 years. If I'm lying, why does he have to lie? What does it benefit for Mr. Neely Fuller to be living and breathing now today at 90-some years old? What does he have to gain by lying and telling us about this motherfucking devil? Just global white supremacy and white systemic racism. Let's listen up, family, to close this thing out. Let's go.
Listen. Money is a tool. Racism is a religious philosophy that's also a tool, but it is a superior philosophy to money. Nothing is money. You can say that a rock is money. A diamond is a rock. A shiny rock. And they make it shiny. Because I understand that diamonds in the rough are not very shiny. I don't know whether that's true or not. But even if they did or didn't shine, what is money? Money is whatever the white supremacists say that it is. That's why the white supremacist philosophy is superior to money, because money doesn't make the white supremacists. The white supremacists make money.
We got to rewind that little part, what he just said.
It did or didn't shine. What is money? Money is whatever the white supremacists say that it is. That's why the white supremacist philosophy is superior to money, because money doesn't make the white supremacists. The white supremacists make money. I worked in a place called the Bureau of Engraving and Printing for many years, and they printed something called money on paper. It was blank paper, and then when they ran it through a press, it came out being money. And it had $10 on it, $20, $50, $100, sometimes called Benjamins, because it had Benjamin Franklin's name on it, whatnot. And George Washington, #1, the $1 bill, a slave owner. Thomas Jefferson, a $2 bill, a slave owner. So they
mass murder, rape, and torture, the slave. Yep, go.
have slave owners' pictures on money.
Buddy.
So what's superior, the money or the person that owns the money? The person who makes the money.
He said, which one is superior, the money or the motherfuckers who make and create and own the money? Y'all don't get it. He going over y'all head. Go ahead, Mr. Eddie Fuller.
The person whose pictures go on the money. So if I make something, I'm superior to the thing that I made.
Facts.
So the money's not controlling me. I'm controlling the money because I made the money. That's obvious. And so that's where I got that from. I say that the system of white supremacy is the strongest religion in the world. Because what is a religion?
He said white supremacy is the strongest religion in the world. Listen to how he break this down, black man, black woman, black child, and humanity. This is common sense. Listen to how he break this down.
A religion is a strong belief.
Strong belief.
Backed up by action.
Backed up by action.
And nobody has ever come up with a philosophy stronger than the system of white supremacy and put it into action. Other people are running trying to catch up. They'll say, well, I have a religion, but I'm having problems trying to practice my religion because people keep interfering with my religion. And I mean, and my religion is at a disadvantage. And I'm, say, for example, I'm a Christian, but people are always opposing me as a Christian, and it's a real struggle trying to keep this Christianity thing going, and I'm having problems trying to get people to follow the Christian religion, and they're being persecuted. Well, the white supremacists don't have that problem.
Hell no.
There's nobody persecuting them.
Hell no.
I mean, hey, they don't take no guff from nobody. I don't care what your religion is, your philosophy, or how much money you got if you're black. The white supremacists said, hey, you ain't seen money like me. I'm a white person in the system of white supremacy, and I am money. I'm walking money. Any money that you have doesn't mean anything until I say so with your black self. That's why the code says the system of white supremacy is the most powerful religion ever thought up in the minds of the people of this planet. I don't know about other planets, but on this planet they prove it every minute of every day.
Every minute of every day.
Some people have said they've seen.
Yes, they prove it every minute of every motherfucking day, Mr. Diddy Fuller. Why does he have the reason to lie? Go back and listen to just this part. The white man and his mama are Mr. Diddy Fuller. If you need to know anything else, any breakdown of anything about this, and how the white man and his mama think and act, their actions show this. So when people call me dumb and uneducated, I'll just tell them, if me being called dumb, if I'm dumb and uneducated for not wanting to follow the religions and the races of people who had slave trades of my people under these religions for hundreds of years and mass murder hundreds of millions of my black race, because I don't want to follow that. And I say, fuck that religion and fuck those religions that had slave trades of my race of people and mass murder, raped, and tortured us. I'm dumb and uneducated. I'll take them words. I can be dumb and uneducated. I'm dumb and uneducated for not wanting a degree, from the race of people who mass murdered, raped, and tortured my race of people, mind, body, and soul. I'm dumb and uneducated because I don't want a degree from that race of people that done all of that to my race. Okay, I'll be dumb and uneducated. So I'm dumb and uneducated for not caring for the trinkets and the trophies and the toys that the slave master, the colonizer, the motherfucker who runs everything that mass murder, rape, and torture my people gives out. I'm dumb and uneducated because of that. Then I'll take dumb and uneducated. I can tell you one thing though, family. I like being dumb and uneducated this way. I really do. So that's cool with me. This pro black everything, this PBE. I'm out, family, on this Teaching Tuesday. Tuesday teaching, whichever one you want to call it.